Hey, welcome to Happiness Ball, where my goal is to share cocktails, content, happiness, and today we got another spring craft cocktail coming for you right off my spring craft cocktail menu, inspired by the late, great Hunter S Thompson. This cocktail, it's made with cognac, it's made with Meletti Amaro, Italicus, which is a bergamot liqueur, lime juice. We're gonna make a tamarind syrup with tamarind and palm sugar. That's gonna be shaken up. That's gonna be double strained. That's gonna be served over ice. And we're gonna top that with a little bit of Prosecco. Add a little breadiness, it's gonna be fantastic. Oh, and there's also a little bit of Saline Solution in there, just to brighten it up, give a little bit of saltiness, salinity, however you wanna say it, to the cocktail. And yeah, this cocktail is called Strange Rumblings. All right, guys, so the build for Strange Rumblings is 1.5 ounces of cognac, 3/4 ounce lime juice, 3/4 ounce tamarind syrup, 1/4 ounce Italicus, 1/4 ounce Meletti Amaro, 1 dash of Saline Solution. That's shaken, double strained, served over ice. We're gonna serve that up into a little stemmed glassware that I have. And then we're gonna top that with Prosecco. It's gonna add in this nice breadiness. And I'm gonna garnish this with a Kefir Lime Leaf. Now, you could also garnish it with a dried lime wheel. However, I was at my local Asian market this past week, and I was talking to the owner, and he was like, with the flavors you're doing, the Kefir Lime Leaf would be awesome. You're bringing these Asian flavors together with this cocktail. So there is a little bit of Asian infusion and flair into this cocktail. Really awesome. So I'm gonna garnish with the Kefir Lime Leaf, man. The Kefir Lime Leaf, the tamarind, and that's also why I'm using palm sugar. You could also use regular sugar when you get into this syrup, but I'm gonna use the palm sugar because I was told it'd be a good idea. So I'm gonna try it, and we're gonna do it. It's gonna be nice, and I'm gonna love it. I can't wait to try this cocktail. I haven't had it in so long. So let's go ahead and jump right into the prep work. Tools you're gonna need for the prep. You're gonna need a cutting board. You're gonna need a knife. You're gonna need a kitchen scale, something that can weigh out grams. And you're gonna need a citrus juicer. You need a bar spoon or something you can stir with. You're gonna need some mesh basket strainers. And you're gonna need a pot. You're also gonna need some sealable storage containers. And you're also gonna need a blender. All right, so the first bit of prep we gotta jump into is we're gonna make that tamarind syrup. So, I don't know why I did that. I can't smell it through the package. I am gonna use this tamarind paste that I bought here, right? Also got this at my local Asian market. Great place to find something like this. In the past, I have used real whole tamarind making this cocktail. It is the biggest pain in the ass you will ever endure while making a cocktail, I think. You're breaking apart the pod and it's sticky and it's just a pain in the ass, and you have to pull the whatever out. Buying this kind of tamarind paste here cuts out that prep work time, makes it a little easier. It's the same thing. It is all that tamarind pulp, that paste that was inside the pod, minus the seeds and everything. It is seedless. That's great. So we're gonna be working with that, and I'm gonna be working with this palm sugar here. So the recipe for my tamarind syrup, we're gonna do 250 grams of tamarind paste, 250 grams of water, 250 grams of palm sugar. We're gonna add that all to a pot. We're gonna bring that up to a boil. We're gonna bring it down to a simmer. We're gonna let that cook for 30 minutes, then let it cool for 30 minutes, a whole process. So let's get started. First things first, let me grab my scale. We have got our scale here, got a storage container, right? I'm gonna turn that scale on, place the container on there, zero out that scale. Then let's open up this little package. Tamarind paste, double bagged. I'm gonna try my best not to get my hands all sticky. You can wear gloves if you got gloves. I'll tell you what I am gonna do though. Take a little toothpick and I'm just gonna taste a little of this tamarind paste just by itself, just because I like to know what the product tastes like exactly. Yeah, so, yeah, ooh, like sour candy. It's a lot of bit sour. It's a lot of bit sour. Holy shit. I forgot how sour that is. Wow. Very nice though. This sweet, acidic little fruit, man. Little paste. So, I'm gonna try to just break this off with a spoon. Again, we're looking for 250 grams. Get in there. Yeah, bent my spoon a little. Let's see if this will get us there. Almost. 244. 250. All right, we got our 250 grams, and I got a bent bar spoon. I got to bend back now. Good as new. 250 grams I'm just going to add that in to my pot. Grab another container, I'm gonna place it on my scale, make sure that scale is still zeroed out, and I'm gonna weigh out my 250 grams of palm sugar. You might be able to find palm sugar in other formats. I thought this was cool, the little nuggets. Also guys, you can use regular sugar in this recipe if you want, or Demerara sugar. I'm just giving it a shot with the palm sugar because I've never done it before and it sounded good, and palm sugar is super tasty. Perfect, 250 on the nose. All right, I'm gonna add that into the pot with that tamarind, placing that container back on the scale, still make sure it's zeroed out. We're gonna weigh out that 250 grams of water. 250 grams of water. Adding that to the pot with the tamarind and the sugar. Go ahead and turn on that burner. Grab my bar spoon that's a little bit bent. I'm just gonna break down this paste a little bit into the water. So yeah, so we're bringing this up to a boil. Once we're up to a boil, we'll drop it down to a simmer, and we're gonna wanna let this cook for 30 minutes. Kneading away at this little tamarind here to break it down a little. Ooh, you know what'll be good for this? My muddler. Let's get this spoon out of here. Let's muddle these fuckers. Oh yeah, way easier. You work smarter, not harder. You may not have to do this if you're using regular sugar, because, you know, it's already in a powdered format. The palm sugar, though, just has to get broken up just a little bit. All right, this is starting to boil, so I'm just gonna drop this temp down to a little simmer here. We got it down to a simmer. We're gonna let that simmer for about 30 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll finish the rest of the syrup. All right, guys, so while we have our tamarind syrup simmering, we're gonna go ahead and just get our limes cut and juiced. Why not, right? Kill two birds with one stone. So, as always, cut them up in half. Boom. Yes. Ow. Don't cut yourself. Grab a couple containers, grab your citrus juicer, and press them up. Yes. The smell of fresh citrus, man. All right, juiced. Grab your basket strainer and double strain your citrus juice as always. Once, that pulp, and twice. Grabbing blue tape, label and date, lime juice, good for 2 days, throw it out on the 3rd day. Right, so coming back to my syrup, it's been simmering for about 30 minutes. Just gonna give it a stir. Looking good, so I'm gonna turn that off the heat. So what we're gonna do next is we need to put this into a blender, and we're just gonna run it through the blender to make sure it's super smooth and there's no chunks of the tamarind left. I didn't say this before, but you may also need a rubber spatula. It'll just make it easier to like scrape this in to our, what's it called? Get all that goodness scraped, and we're just gonna dump it right in to our blender. Now this is definitely not the prettiest syrup ever. It might be the ugliest, but super tasty. All right, and as you also may be able to tell, it's a very thick syrup, right? It's not like most of our other syrups, but again, really tasty, works really well in this context. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Let's turn on the blender. Let's try it again. Let's turn on the blender. All right, let's just see what we got. All right, seems nice and blended. All right, so grabbing a container, and we're just gonna pour this mixture into the container. All right. Grab a lid, guys. Grab some blue tape to label and date. As I say, your shelf life on this, you're up to a month refrigerated. All right, so we got the tamarind syrup, we got our lime juice real quick. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our saline solution. Grab another scale, place that container on that scale, zero out that scale, and we're gonna weigh out 15 grams of salt. All right, 15 grams of salt. Place that container back on the scale, zero it out again. We're gonna weigh out 100 grams of water. 100 grams of water into the pot. Kick that burner on to a medium-high heat. Give it a little stir, and we'll bring it up to just about a boil. Allow all that salt to dissolve. And that'll be that for the saline solution. And while I'm waiting on that to come up to a boil, might as well grab a little thing to label and date, a little blue tape. And guys, your shelf life on this, you're pretty good, but I don't keep things for longer than a month usually. That's why I make this in such a small batch. So, you know, keep refrigerated until you aren't comfortable with it anymore. All right, we're just about to boil. All that salt looks dissolved. Got my container. Gonna pour my saline solution in there, throw on a lid, and that's it for the prep work today, guys. Got our tamarind syrup, our lime juice, and our saline solution. We're ready to roll, so let's go ahead and jump into making our strange rumblings. I think a fly just flew by the camera. We have flies in here, why? All right, guys, so I went ahead and put my lime juice in this cheater bottle here. We still got our saline solution there, and I put my tamarind syrup in the squeeze bottle here because it's such a thick syrup, it ain't gonna work in a cheater bottle. This is a shaken cocktail. So, first thing we're gonna need is our shaker tin, and we're gonna need our jigger. We're also gonna need our glassware. So, first things first, we're gonna go cheapest ingredients, most expensive ingredients. So, 3/4 ounce lime juice. Next, we're gonna do 3/4 ounce of our tamarind syrup. Almost there. All right, 3/4 ounce tamarind syrup. I am just gonna grab my bar spoon and plop it in there because I know it ain't gonna come out willingly. Next, we need our 1/4 ounce of Italicus. Our 1/4 ounce of Meletti Amaro. Our 1.5 ounces of cognac. And we need our 1 dash of saline solution. Boom. Next, let's grab some ice. Ice that shaker tin all the way to the top. Ice up that glassware. And we're gonna seal this bad boy up and shake for 12 seconds as always. "12 seconds, crack that container." Ooh, we got it in one shot, and look at all that dripping down beautifully. All right, grab your Hawthorne strainer and your basket strainer. Let's double strain this cocktail. She got some nice body on her. Have a little something to stir this because all the little ice chips are definitely clogging the strainer. Well, that bad boy's cold, man. Oh yeah, and the rest of that's just ice. Now lastly, we gotta top this bad boy off with a little bit of Prosecco. It's gonna add this breadiness, this nice bubbliness to the cocktail. So the key to opening Prosecco or any sparkling wine, keep your thumb over the cage the whole time so it doesn't blow off in somebody's eye just in case. Take the cage off, keep your thumb over the cork, then grab the cork with your thumb over top, bottle by the bottom, and twist the bottle lightly. And your goal is to open this as quietly as possible. That's pretty quiet, right? That's how you want to do it when you open up Prosecco, baby. And we're just gonna pour that Prosecco over the cocktail. Slowly. Just gonna bring it up over the ice. Right there. And we're gonna give this just a little stir to agitate it all in. And like I said, guys, you can garnish with a lime wheel. However, I'm gonna garnish with these beautiful Kefir Lime Leaves. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, it smells so fragrant. Clips here and clip it to the side of the glass. And there you have it, guys. Strange Rumblings. Let's taste. Oh man, definitely get that like kind of bright Italicus note on the nose, that bergamot floral. That Kefir Lime Leaf really adds this like punch of like citrusy note, this like vegetal citrusy note on top. It's so nice. Oh yeah. Super light, spritz-like cocktail, man. You get the breadiness from the Prosecco with that Kefir Lime Leaf on the nose, citrus. You get this like nice sour note from that tamarind, subtle sweetness, that earthiness from that tamarind. Meletti Amaro adds just a touch of bitterness, And that bergamot floral liqueur really brings in that little bit of floral note on it. It really pairs nicely with the tamarind, with the cognac. It really is a nice little spritzy boy type cocktail. Perfect for the spring, crushable, refreshing. Yeah, man, that's vibrant, it's bright. It's like a really, really, really dope version of like, I don't know. Oh, what the fuck is that cocktail called? Why am I blanking on it? 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 A French 75. It's very French 75-esque, man. It's citrusy, it's bright. You get the Prosecco, you get the tamarind, you know, you get all these other notes, but it's kind of in the, I think in the vein of like a French 75 and a sort. Drinks very much like one. Man, that's refreshing. Perfect. Right after doing all this work, getting all hot and sweaty here in the studio. Guys, I hope you like this recipe. I hope you like this episode. Let me know how you're liking everything. And hey, as always, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business and become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone.